Check. Well, great.
Saying.
Okay, folks, we are back. The internet in the stadium has gone down, and it is back again. We don't know how long it will be back for or at what speed, but we are back. The camera a little bit wonky right now. It's because everything was knocked out. So right now it's almost the end of the first quarter, and the Tigers trail Broomfield 14-0. Broomfield drove it down on the opening kickoff. There was a fumble that the Tigers recovered, but they said he was down. The Tigers then turned it over by a fumble in Broomfield territory. Then Broomfield scored again. Now Tigers on the attack, and there's a big hit, and they'll call that one incomplete. And I'm hoping that, well, we think we're back, but we're not sure. Okay, some of you are saying we're live, but we have a camera that is down. There's a field view. Okay, what is going on? Folks, if you're frustrated at home, we feel your pain and then some. That's all I can say about that is this has been extremely frustrating. We were all set up, ready to go. We were ready to run with our pregame show, and then everything suddenly was lost when the internet went down. And the internet on BVSD's side, like the internal workings of the internet were running, but the connection from the internet service provider crashed. And, well,
we have audio. That's a good sign.
We're trying our best here, folks. Let's see. The video is frozen. We get that. We have one camera.
I'm going to leave this, put this down for a second.
All right. Tell Josh to come in or reset that bird dog one last time, because now that we have...
You on microphone? I got it.
It's 14-0 Broomfield. There is a field view. That's the only camera we have right now. Good grief, this is so frustrating. Barnett in the shotgun, claps his hands. He'll run read option, hands it on the right side to Lusk. Lusk cuts it up. And tell you what, we're frustrated up here. I'm sure Erie fans and coaches are equally as frustrated as Broomfield has continued to move the ball methodically here. And you're getting a low camera angle shot. And that's not producing a signal. All right, Barnett in the shotgun, 3rd and 5, 11:26 left to go here in the second quarter. Scans the field, has a man, throws the bomb, and just overthrows his intended target. It was Caden Lettuce. And on 4th and 5 from their own side of the field, man, the Tigers, they have to get something here, Dylan, because I don't know if you can punt again.
Yeah, looks like the punting team's going to come on, but Tigers just have nothing going. When they got deep in Broomfield's zone earlier in this quarter, they just turned the ball over, and their defense has not been able to stop anything. If you're Coach Geiger, you got to try and go for something here, right?
So Coach Geiger going to punt. Let's see if they do indeed punt. Harner on to punt. Tigers getting a sub in late. 11:19 left, down 14-0 and punting. And, man, this is going the complete opposite way that the Tigers had hoped here, as this spiraling punt will bounce inside the 30. The returner ran away from it, and Tigers will go and down it inside the 18.
Yeah, it looks like the Tigers, if they had snapped the ball quick, had an open man on this side of the field.
Here's the problem with the camera view you're seeing. It tends to go out on us, and it's opposite from where we are. So,
and it's also quite delayed.
And also our hair's on fire. Goodness, it has just been it's been a nightmare up here, folks. I'm really sorry about what is transpiring on the stream. We are trying to get another look going for you, a normal broadcast look. And if we can get it, well, wish us luck. Now here's a run around the edge, and the Tigers have not stopped the run. They haven't stopped the pass. They have not defended well.
No, there was a couple moments where they had some short stops, but nothing behind the line of scrimmage, and definitely nothing for no gain as well.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 here for the Eagles. Quarterbacked by Cole LaCrue, the transfer from Erie High School. He got, well, it was a rough game for him last time. Dylan, while I am working on this, why don't you take over a little bit of play-by-play for us?
All right. Broomfield picks up the first down on a run. Got to pick up a roster real quick.
How do you get over there?
You can just, so you can go that way around by the snack shack or over to the camera.
Okay, yeah.
Just go down, go over a few, and then go up right next to the band.
Okay.
LaCrue in the shotgun. Hard count. Drops back to pass. Pressured by Erie, escapes a tackler, and is sacked. Big sack, big loss. Looks like, hard to tell from here. Big loss, and now Broomfield stuck with second and very long. They're calling it 2nd and 19. Great pressure from Erie results in their first big defensive play of the night so far, and now the Tigers have to capitalize on something. LaCrue back to the shotgun. Takes a snap. Pressured again by Erie. Escapes another tackler. And gets sacked again. Another big sack. This time by Jace Onstad. And that's two huge defensive plays. Tigers have swung momentum back to their side temporarily. 3rd down and 22 for Broomfield. And a timeout on the field. Looks like timeout. Timeout Broomfield maybe. That was just on side. 1. Welcome back. That was a big play. What?
Keep going.
2nd and 6 now for the Tigers. Barnett in the shotgun. 3 to his right, 1 to his left. Flanked by Trey Kana. Takes the shotgun. Drops back. Scans. Tons of time. Runs the opposite side of the field. Pressured. Throws off the back foot. And looks like it's caught over there by Kave Meredith. And first down Erie. Erie building momentum here after a big defensive stop. And now a 20-yard pass from Blake Barnett for the first down with 8:21 remaining here in the second quarter. Down 14-0. Barnett again in the shotgun. One man to his right, two men to his left, flanked by Kana. Changes the signal, goes back to the shotgun. Takes the snap, looks right, throws right, and that is caught. And fumbled. And a touchdown by Caden Lettuce. That was a wild play. Caden Lettuce had it, bobbled it as he went down. They called it a fumble. Ball rolled into the end zone and recovered by Caden Lettuce for a touchdown. 14-6. Tigers finally get on the board here with 8:15 remaining in this second quarter. And that was a crazy play. Two plays, 50 yards for the Tigers on the score. And looks like they may be going for two here with the dummy fake. Nope. Looks like the linemen are coming back over. Caleb Hunter, plant is good, and the kick is good. 14-7. Tigers trail. Big defensive stop leads to a quick score, and 8:12 remaining, for the Tigers.
Camera two's back. Holy smokes.
Oh, my. Wait, I can try and put it in the right spot. Camera two's for. Oh my god.
Keep going. You just keep filling time. I'll work on that. You don't need to work on it.
Welcome back, Erie Tiger Network. Still trying to fix some technical difficulties. Looked like we had our second camera for a second, but it froze up again. Tigers, quick two-play drive from the 50-yard line. Quick score, Caden Lettuce on the reception and fumble recovery in the end zone. It's 14-7 Tigers, 8:12 remaining in the second quarter. Or 14-7 Eagles, pardon me. 8:12 remaining in the second quarter. Caleb Harner, no dummy onside, just going to boot it. Long high kick is out the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Tigers defense, after a big stop, hope to keep some momentum. Looked like they finally got some pressure on Cole LaCrue on that last drive. Obviously got 2 sacks, and they just got to hope. They obviously figured out something, and it worked well, and the Tigers just got to keep that going. Broomfield needs to make an adjustment, try and get some more protection for Cole LaCrue, or else this game could get out of hand very quickly, because the Tigers definitely have some serious momentum right now. LaCrue in the shotgun. 3 men to his right, motions a man behind him, hands it off. Short gain there. Call it 3. 2nd and 7 for Broomfield. Looks like maybe Broomfield is going to go back to some running game that worked well earlier in the game whenever we had camera outages. And then on that last drive, their pass, they did not have enough time to get a successful passing game. So Cole LaCrue now in the shotgun still. Running back to his right, motions him to the left. Fakes a handoff. Screen that is dropped. Looks like they're calling it incomplete. Maybe for a second, Tigers thought it was a fumble. Definitely incomplete. So now 3rd and 7 again for the Tigers.
All right. Thank you, folks, for being patient. We are trying to fix. We even got a cameraman kicked to the opposite side, said you had to stand on the Erie side. So you're seeing kind of a reverse angle at the moment. You are seeing a clear picture, at least momentarily. We're going to try and get that other sideline camera up and going for you. This might be our last hurrah before it's going to be this little tight shot and audio. Check. All right, 7:29 remaining. There is a timeout. And our system, because we're trying to do some fixes, it keeps crashing. All right. We're trying our best, guys. Let's keep it rolling here. Tigers within a touchdown now. It's 3rd and 7. Big play here for this Erie defense. LaCrue is in the shotgun. Scans the field defensively here. He'll send a man in motion. Catches the snap. Looks down the seam. He's flushed. There's a penalty downfield. I think this is going to be a holding call, and Jackson Cowgill grabs down Cole LaCrue from behind, but there's a penalty in the defensive secondary there for Erie. Yeah, for those of you saying reboot at halftime, we will. This has, we were great. We were set up. Everything was ready. And the internet in the stadium went down. And we were actually going to go without internet on our cameras and just push it out. Well, it was so great that we decided to go over NDI for those of you that are tech nerds. And that just kind of tanked everything. So that's what's going on here behind the scenes. Thanks for being patient. We won't apologize anymore. I know some of you also get annoyed from that. So just trying to fix things up here as we roll on. There was a defensive penalty on Erie. And so the Tigers will give up a first down after getting a 3rd down stop. Man, penalties, turnovers, little things have hurt the Tigers so far this season. LaCrue in the shotgun, takes the snap, pitches it out wide. Pretty good blocking, good pursuit that time by Kogel. And he's able to wrap up as he approached the ball carrier and drag him down for a short loss. Dylan Richardson will join us here on the call again. In fact, Dylan, why don't you give us a little bit of that call?
All right, Cole LaCrue back to the shotgun as always. 2 men to his right, flanked by a running back rather. Flips it to a tight end, near side. Good penetration by the Tigers, and tackle made short of the line to gain. Call it 3rd and a long 3 now for Broomfield. Working from their own 41. .603 and counting. LaCrue, 1 man far to his left, 2 tight ends, running back. Motions 1 tight end away. Hard counts, gets a sign from the near sideline. Motions his man, goes for the keeper, and is stopped by Erie for the loss.
And Cole LaCrue is shaken up on the play as well there, Dylan.
Yep, looks like LaCrue definitely hobbling off. Never a good thing to see. Punting unit coming on for Broomfield. So Tigers back-to-back stops now. Have a chance, as long as they keep the special teams clean, to get the ball back with a chance to tie the game up.
And I tell you what, Dylan, they weather the storm. And when our broadcast finally came online, they started finally playing better. There's a wayward punt. The Tigers have great field position.
Yeah, looked like Broomfield was looking for a fake, and then the punter had a bad grip on the ball and just kicked it off the side of his foot. And looks to me like a rough spot here on the near side. Oh, moving up a little bit. Officials struggling for a spot.
Hey, the broadcast woke up, and so did the Tigers.
Yep.
It's all us. It's all us.
Exactly. They're based off of the Erie Tiger Network, of course. Looks like the spot is the 45-yard line.
All righty. 1st and 10 here for the Tigers. Barnett in the shotgun. He's got 2 wide to the far side, 1 wide out here, and an H-back. Barnett claps his hands. He'll run read. Keeps it himself around the left side. He's got the edge across the 35-40. He steps out of bounds inside the 30, and a good gain there for Barnett on 1st down. And now it feels like the Tigers have a little bit of momentum in this game. You get a couple defensive stops. You score a touchdown. You recover that fumble for a touchdown. Maybe bounces starting to go their way, and confidence following with it.
Yeah, that run was set up by great downfield blocking by Caden Lettuce. And then Blake Barnett, of course, doing his thing, a little head fake to get some extra yardage. And now Tigers got
trips to the right. Barnett catches, fires, intercepted. That was a stopped route and an interception, and it was just miscommunication. I think Barnett thought Kogel was running the out. Kogel thought he was running the sit down, and an interception and a turnover there for Erie.
And that's just an unfortunate play. Blake Barnett didn't make a bad pass, just unfortunate miscommunication, and the Broomfield defender was right there for the easy interception.
The one unique thing about this game is a chance for Blake to make amends here as he's playing defense, a lot of defense. Tigers are pulling out all the stops with personnel defensively tonight. By the way, we continue to try and work to get another camera in behind the scenes.
Full crew with the keeper. Gets to the 30-yard line. 2nd and 4 now for Broomfield. Definitely, that was a set quarterback keeper from the start that Tigers did not see all the way, and Broomfield got some good downfield blocking. And now 2nd and 4. The crew in the shotgun, halfback, 2 tight ends, wide receiver near side, motions 1 tight end, hands it off. Looks like good stop by Erie. Is going to bring up 3rd and short. 3rd and about 2 for Broomfield. Again, momentum is very wild in this game. 3:46 and counting on the clock. Tigers need to stop here big time to keep the momentum flowing to their side after that unlucky interception.
And the Tigers have got it to the red zone twice and turned it over twice. Handoff up the middle is going to be enough for a 1st down on 3rd and short. That'll keep the chains going for the Eagles. The good news is it feels like the Tigers finally have their feet under them. For a little bit there, it was kind of, is this going to be a Broomfield blowout?
Yeah, it definitely seemed like that. 2 quick scores for Broomfield in the 1st quarter. Tigers defense definitely stepped up to keep this close.
LaCrue in the shotgun takes the snap, scans the field, throws the fade route, has a man, lays in there, it's caught, and it's Fireball that comes in there for the tackle. He was beaten off the line. It was single coverage, and what a magnificent pass there by Cole LaCrue. He dropped it right in a bucket.
Yeah, definitely, I think Cole LaCrue would have overthrown his man, but he got hit by a Tigers defender behind the line of scrimmage, and that was very lucky. It just dropped right in the basket of the Broomfield receiver.
Giving him no credit.
No credit.
Come on.
No.
Come on. All right, so 14-7. Tigers trail it, and now the Eagles in very good position here. LaCrue in the shotgun has a running back flanking him to his right. Scans the field. He'll motion him over. That is Ryland. And LaCrue keeps it himself, and he is picked up and driven backward. A lot of different bodies in there defensively for the Tigers along the D-line this week. Really rotating in a lot of those offensive linemen. They wanted maybe a little bit more beef, a little bit more rotation in there. You've seen Blake Barnett in there from time to time. And with 2:20 remaining, it's Broomfield knocking on the door. They've got it on the 5. 2nd and goal from the 5. LaCrue checks the play again. He'll run the little pitch to the near side, and the Tigers diagnose, and they stop it, and that was Derek Hall that came up and made the stop. I Thought it was Derek Hall.
I was pretty sure it was Derek Hall.
Hesitated there for a second, and that'll bring up 3rd and goal from the 6.
Yep, that was some good run coverage from the Tigers defense. Just got a man outside of the Broomfield offensive line and through the fullback covering, and looks like timeout here on the field.
So timeout on the field, 1:39 remaining. Thank you for sticking with us here. And, well, Tigers need to find a way to get a stop here.
Yep. One big play led Broomfield deep into Tiger territory, but now they got 3rd and 7 from the 7. And the Tigers need a stop here. Got to hold Broomfield to 3 at the most.
All right, so we do have a camera up here. Here's what we're going to do, fellas. Josh, you're going to kind of squeeze in here, and we'll try and go to you as best we can. Okay? All right. Okay, we have an up-high cam. It's going to look opposite. We broke the 180-degree rule, so if you're a little bit confused, this is our view up in the press box. 1:39 remaining here. 3rd and 6.
I'm good to see it.
LaCrue gets the snap, scans the defense, had a man open there for a second. Now he's got to scramble. Tigers got to hustle to get him. They push him out short. The Broomfield fans thought they had him. They have him out at the 1, and that'll be 4th and goal from the 1.
And looks like Broomfield's going to keep the offense out there. Definitely the right call here. Got to increase the score. Got to keep the momentum on their side. And this is the play. This is going to be a big play here to decide this game in the first half.
So 1:31 left. The good news is there's enough time for the Tigers to do something, either getting a stop here or a score, but the Tigers have to find a way to go into the locker room, I think, down 7 and no more. LaCrue in the shotgun. Tigers crowding the line of scrimmage. What's the plan here? LaCrue, 6 seconds on the play clock, catches it, dives toward the end zone. It was punched out of his hand, and they'll say it was a touchdown first. The Tigers got on the ball. The Tigers sideline not happy. But they'll say that the plane was crossed by Cole LaCrue, and he'll come off celebrating a Broomfield touchdown with 1:27 remaining.
Yep, and that was a good play by LaCrue. Tigers didn't get up enough to stop the hand from going over, and just had enough time to get over the plane for the touchdown.
So Broomfield will kick the extra point to make it a 2-score game here in the first half of play. There's the kick. It's up, and it is good. And with a 2-score lead, I tell you what, we're going to catch our breath. We're going to take our first commercial break of the game here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Sherry Bond is your hometown real estate expert who has passionately been helping people develop winning game plans for their home goals since 1994. Her offense and defense are bar none when it comes to negotiations. Sherry believes honesty and compassion are the keys to seller service. With hundreds of happy clients, you can be confident that when you are working with Sherry Bond, you are working with a team player that truly cares about you for life.
All right, welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. 1:27 remaining here in half number 1 as that kick will go all the way to the goal line, and Kaveh Meredith will catch it nicely, but it was a yard deep in the goal line. By the way, there is like this really large column blocking the camera's view. We're going to try and remedy that as best as we can. All right. Barnett in the shotgun, pirouettes out of the pocket, looks downfield and throws it away. The question is, did he get it across the line? There was a receiver in the area. We'll go to camera one here for a second. Good. Shorten those legs. You're going to be right here. You're just going to set this up on the table. Whew.
Here, let me move this so this doesn't fall out. That would be cool.
All right. Barnett in the shotgun with Kana. First, or 1:21 remaining. A lot of blitzers get through, and then a great throw by Barnett on the run. Did Kogel not have it in bounds? That was awful close, and they'll say no, he was out of bounds for that. Man, I thought that might have been in there. All right. There we go. Barnett. It's a delay. Good move there by Kana into the open field. Now ducks his head, grinds his feet all the way up toward the 30. I think they're going to say he's a half a yard short. I actually think that was a good spot. He was kind of sandwiched up just before he got to the 30, and the Broomfield side would like a timeout. Coach Hubbard calling a timeout there. And with 57 seconds left in the half, the Tigers have a difficult decision. It's 4th and 1 on their own 29. You're down. You feel like you got to do something. You don't want to give the ball back with over a minute left. This is one of those moments in a season that you just go, hey, what kind of season do you want this to be, Tigers? And are they going to go for it? I mean, what would you do there, Dylan?
I don't know. It's definitely a tough decision to make. That's why I'm not making it. But if I was Coach Geiger, I think you kind of have to go for it because, or you have to at least do something tricky. You need this first down. You need to get at least a scoring opportunity, so you're not down two touchdowns going into halftime. And it looks like Coach Geiger agrees with me on this one.
All right, 57 seconds remaining. Blake's under center, so he's going to run the sneak. He will run the sneak. He grinds it forward, and he actually gets 3 yards, and that will stop the clock. So the Tigers going with some guts there. And 53 seconds remaining. They want to make this a one-score game. That could give them some momentum here. 48 ticks. Now you got to go fast if you're Erie. 45 ticks. Ball at the 33, their own 33. Tigers have big play capability, but they got to hurry. There's single coverage on the bottom. They'll back off. Let us though. It's a stop and go. Barnett will go deep. He's trying to fit the ball into Meredith and overshot him.
Yeah, it looks like he had 2 open men there, Meredith and Lettuce, and he chose Meredith over the middle and just overthrew him, and that's it's not a bad play because now the clock is stopped and the Tigers have a chance to talk it over and dial up something big here.
Chunk yardage if you're the Tigers. You don't got to get the whole enchilada here, but you got to get the first down. You got to keep the ball or the clock stopped with those first downs. Barnett looking at the wheel route will come off of that. Now he'll throw the deep outcut to Kogel. It went through his fingertip. And a penalty called. He was shoved in the back, and Dylan was signaling for it up here, so he wasn't alone.
Yeah. That was definitely a great pass. Only a pass that Mason Kogel could catch and gets the penalty and a first down and a clock stoppage.
All right, so that'll bring up a fresh set of downs for Erie, and that will move the ball up to their own 40. Well, it's a 15-yarder, so it'll move it to the 48 because I can do math every once in a while.
Surprising. So Tigers still have 3 timeouts remaining here with 20 seconds.
"21 seconds here. 1st and 10, Barnett tweaking the play at the line here. He'll come set, claps the hands, gets the snap, plenty of time, good blocking up front, wanted to leave the pocket, now will sprint to his right, time running out, and he's slung down. Tell you what, that took 8 seconds off the clock. You can't do that. You gotta pull the trigger or you gotta throw it away, I think.
Yep, that's definitely a little bit of Barnett's inexperience as still a high school player. I mean, definitely not as experienced as the pros, but still a chance here for the Tigers to get 7 or even 3.
So 2nd and 9, they did give him a yard on that. Barnett barks the play at the line, claps his hands, looks deep, fires the in-cut, intercepted. No, in and out of the hands of the defender, and 7 seconds left. And he fired an absolute missile, and that was a little bit too hot in there. And now if you're Erie, tell you what, you got timeouts. I almost think just call one here, set up a play. Maybe you get it down to even the 25. Could kick a field goal.
Yep, you got to try and get in a field goal position here.
3rd and 9. Barnett with trips to the near side. 2 wideouts. He'll send Meredith in motion. Cave across the formation. And he'll drop back to pass. He wants to load up the Hail Mary ball. He hucks one deep toward the end zone. It is knocked down with no time left on the clock. So they went for the old Hail Mary, and the Tigers will go into half number 2, trailing it by 14 points, and Broomfield will get the ball to start the second half. We'll take a much-needed timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network.
That's why I'm never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go. Babe, I'm never gonna let you go. No, no, never gonna let you go.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go.
Go to where your friends are. Go to where the action's at. Go find your sense of adventure. Go Airheads, Airsoft Field and Store located in Erie, Colorado. Go Airheads and go Tigers.
You are watching the ETN. You are watching the ETN.
Do you want a better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Come in and gain a beautiful smile for children, teens, and adults. They also provide Invisalign. Call this number 303-828-0454 or go to CarawayOrtho.com.
You know that feeling you get when your life is about to change? It's terrifying, sure, but isn't it exciting? You may not know with certainty what lies ahead, but that's what makes life, well, life. And even when the scene in the rear view is hard to leave behind, Take a deep breath, hold on tight, and remember, there's no better way to move than forward.
Jeff.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. It's the Teachers Who Tutor halftime show, and we were going to show this in the pregame, and then the internet pooped out on us. So why not show it now? It's D. Rich's Picks, a recurring segment that you'll see every week here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Hello, I'm Dylan Richardson, and welcome to a brand new segment on the Erie Tiger Network called D. Rich Picks, where I will be choosing 6 games from this week in Colorado high school football and picking who I think will win. Let's jump right into it. The first game on this week's slate is going to be 4A number 1 ranked Ponderosa versus 5A 7th ranked Legend. This is a game that many expect to be close. Ponderosa is undefeated with wins over Erie, Chaparral, and Golden. The Mustangs run a balanced offense that has scored big in each of their 3 games. Their defense has also shut down everyone they have faced, with the most points given up being 27 against Erie. Legend High School is also undefeated with wins over Vista Ridge, Pomona, and Castleview. The Titans have a strong running game, but also have potential for long plays in the air. Their defense, on the other hand, is not quite as strong, with 43 points against when they played Vista Ridge. Simply because of defense, I'm going to have to pick Ponderosa to win this game, but it could easily go either way. The second game this week will be 4A number 2 Palmer Ridge versus Smoky Hill. This game does not have much going for it. Palmer Ridge has dominated all the games so far, and I don't see that changing. I have to go with the Bears on this one. Game 3 is going to be 4A number 3 Broomfield versus 4A number 10 Erie. This game historically has always been a bit of a rivalry between these two teams, and that is expected to continue this year. Of course, being from Erie, the pick for this game is obvious, so instead of dragging on, I'll tell you why Erie will win this game. The boys in black will get their running game going against Broomfield, and that will be all it takes, because once the running game goes, Broomfield will have to respect it, which will give Blake Barnett the time and space to cook. Game 4 is between 4A number 4 Fruita Monument and 5A number 6 Grandview. This game really could go either way. Fruita Monument is undefeated with wins over Grand Junction Central, Montrose, and Skyline. The Wildcats have absolutely no passing game, but their running game is incredibly strong. But they have been held to some low points. Their defense, however, is on another level, holding their opponents to just 21 points over 3 games. Grandview is 2-1 with wins over Overland and Fossil Ridge and a loss to Ralston Valley. The Wolves run a very balanced offense that has scored plenty of points, but was held to 21 against a very good Ralston Valley team last week. Their defense has been pretty good as well, with the most points given up to Ralston Valley at 33. In this matchup, however, the Western Slope style of play is going to be too much for Grandview to handle, so I'll have to go through to Monument. Now for Game 5, which is the battle for Loveland, with 4A number 5 Loveland taking on Thompson Valley. This game is going to be decided by the best offense, and Thompson Valley has only scored 29 points total against Summit and Berthoud, while Loveland has scored at least 35 in each of their games. So for this season, the city of Loveland belongs to the Red Wolves. And finally, the Colorado game of the week, 5A number 2 Regis Jesuit versus 5A number 4 Ralston Valley. Regis Jesuit is 2-1 with an overtime win against Valor Christian and a win against Arapahoe, along with a loss to California's Oaks Christian. Their team is an offense that runs a great air and ground game, but their real strength is their defense, who has forced multiple turnovers in all of their Colorado-based games, along with keeping their opponents low on points. Ralston Valley is also 2-1 with wins over Grandview and Florida's Colonial and a loss to Cherry Creek. Their offense combines running and passing well while also staying away from turnovers, while their defense puts up enough of a fight to keep them in the game. Most people would pick Regis Jesuit to win this game, but I think that Ralston Valley will be smart and not turn the ball over, and the Jesuit offense will not be enough to keep pace. So Ralston Valley is the winner of Colorado's Game of the Week. And that does it. Thank you so much for tuning in to D-Rich Picks, and enjoy Erie versus Broomfield, and I'll catch you next week.
All right, thank you, Dylan, there for D. Rich's Picks, a recurring segment that you'll see as you pick games across the state. And, well, you picked a bunch of those games. I bet we could find out some of the scores. By the way, that's our lovely score bug that we tried to have for you there. Maybe we'll try and fire that back up at some point. I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah, I know 2 of the games that I picked happened last night. I just have to find them real quick. Just give me a second on that. So, for Regis Jesuit versus Ralston Valley taking that game as I picked, 29-28. I know a lot of people in the Erie Tiger Network class were down that pick, and I'm just telling you, I know what I'm talking about.
Good job. Mustangs with the win. That is my wife's alma mater, so she'll be happy to hear that. By the way, some other scores from around 4A. Number 1, Ponderosa. They're up over 5A. Number 7, Legend at the half. So Ponderosa, a 4A team, playing against a top 10 5A team. And right now they are winning by 2 touchdowns at halftime. Denver South, the number 6 team in 4A, they went down tonight to Golden. That was a barn burner, 43-42. The final in that one. Doherty, a 5A school, leading Mesa Ridge, the 4A school, 17-7. Right now, Monarch up big over Boulder at the half. That's 23-0. Greeley Central, they're leading Palmer, 12-0. That one at halftime. Those are the only scores reported right now in 4A. And in case you're wondering, in terms of St. Vrain schools, I know some of the St. Vrain schools are in action tonight. I don't think we have any meaningful updates to report right now. Number 1, Cherry Creek and Arvada West tied at 7 in the first quarter. I'm sure it's further than that at this point, but thought I would report on that. So, some interesting games from around the state. Guess what? We got back to streaming, and we hope that we stay live through the remainder of the game. Folks, we are at the mercy right now of the BVSD internet because my hotspot, the gracious donation of a hotspot that they brought to the stadium, we had to run and get it by the Harner family. Their hotspot, I mean, it's like a high-tech hotspot. That didn't work. So at that point, we were just waiting for internet to make a rebound, and it eventually did. And so we just hope it stays the rest of the game. Look, everyone in the press box lost Wi-Fi. If you're wondering how NFHS stayed afloat, no idea. We actually thought maybe it was sabotage there first, but because I don't know that they had a wired-in connection. Either way, we figured it out. We're up live. Glad you're sticking with us. It's halftime here on the Erie Tiger Network. We're going to take a timeout here on the Teachers Who Tutor halftime show. It is homecoming here at Broomfield, so it's going to be an extra long halftime here tonight. They want this game bad. They have played like they want it bad. Tigers they've got to find some fire down in their bellies if they want to come back and win this game. Will that happen? We'll find out when we come back for the second half.
Foxworthy here. You know, if you've ever found yourself repeating the same thing for 75 years, you might be Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Wow. Thing is, there's a lot more to say. Like if you've ever found yourself burning yard debris and then walking away, well, you might be starting a wildfire. So for the love of the outdoors, go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
If you ever wanted to support the Erie Tiger Network, the student media arm of Erie High School, well now you can. We have set up a Patreon page. There's a way for you to send us a monthly pledge in order to provide funding for the program as well as get access to reward tiers. As a Tiger fan, you get the satisfaction of knowing you are helping out your favorite local media organization. As a member of the ETN fan club, you are officially recognized on air and can receive ETN goodies throughout the year. As an in-broadcast red sponsor, you get to sponsor a specific segment of any broadcast. For more information, email bird_brandon at sbbsd.org. This is a $25 per month commitment. As an appreciator of Erie's live broadcast with the weekly news, you can help support this program by becoming one of our patrons by going to bit.ly/ETN Patreon. High school? Well, now you can't. We have set up a Patreon page. There's a way for you to send us a monthly pledge in order to provide funding for the program, as well as get access to reward tiers. As a Tiger fan, you get the satisfaction of knowing you are helping out your favorite local media organization. As a member of the ETN fan club, you are officially recognized on air and can receive ETN goodies throughout the year. As an in-broadcast red sponsor, you get to sponsor a specific segment of any broadcast. For more information, email bird_brandon at sbbsd.org. This is a $25 per month commitment. As an appreciator of Erie's live broadcast with the weekly news, you can help support this program by becoming one of our patrons by going to bit.ly/ETN Patreon.
And welcome back in here into the Erie Tiger Network and at least the audio portion. It has been a unique challenge for us up here in the broadcast booth, but I don't know. I think we're having fun. Are we having fun, Dylan?
Yeah, this is definitely some sort of fun. I mean, depends on what you call fun. Definitely watch some football, and I mean, got to watch a free football game. That's always a plus.
Hey, we
I think we're having fun. Are we having fun, Dylan? Yeah, this is definitely some sort of fun. I mean, depends.
Okay, that seemed to work. Getting a few things going here. The scoreboard graphic, maybe not so much. Man, you guys, we had this scoreboard graphic that was set so that we could get real-time data. That was great, wasn't it, for about 20 minutes?
Nah, maybe 5. I mean, we got it set up. We were about to start pregame, and then everything went out. We've mentioned that a few times. Definitely unfortunate, but fortunately, we have gotten the stream up for now. Knock on wood. This press box has got to be some wood in here.
All right. Well, man, you're Coach Geiger at half. Dylan, I mean, this is 3 out of 4 weeks that you are playing a really difficult opponent. And that's not necessarily an excuse. It's just the facts that who the Tigers have to start the season is really tough. When you look at the Chasanow top 10, they played number 1 Ponderosa. They're playing number 3 Broomfield. They played number 8 Montrose. And the only team they've beat is a 5A school. So the Tigers' slate has been brutal. 3 of the current top 8, and I have a feeling Montrose will continue to climb up the rankings as well. They are not a slouch by any stretch of the imagination. The thing is, though, the goal for this team, state championship. That's the stated goal. Not necessarily by Coach Geiger, but I think that's a relatively reasonable statement in terms of the expectations from the community, from the students. Hey, we're good enough to win a state championship because we've got the best player in Blake Barnett. But the problem is they just haven't gelled. And I don't know, it's been defensively, there's been breakdowns, there's been fumbles on offense. It seems like Blake and his receivers haven't quite meshed outside of Caden Lettuce, and he's been bracketed pretty good. Replacing Caleb Thyssen. How about this? Replacing John Pastore, who looks, if you've seen pictures of him this week, looks like he ate John Pastore. He is a large human. You have to replace him. That's a college Power 5 left tackle. You had to replace a center who might have been the best player on this team, pound for pound, in Ryan McConnell. Those are not small pieces, and right now we're seeing Erie struggling, coming up with answers here in the first part of the season.
Yeah, in that first half, the Tigers definitely had their moments. They had one huge defensive stop and then just got unlucky with miscommunication and turned the ball over right away. The Tigers are definitely not out of this game. They have shown flashes of good football, and a lot of this game has been unlucky, but just as much of this game has been the Tigers being outworked and outperformed by Broomfield.
All right, so, and I misspoke. There was so much craziness going on. I thought that Erie received the ball to start the game. They did not. So a huge chance here for the Tigers as they get the ball back. Dylan, did you think that they received to start the game?
I honestly wasn't paying much attention.
Yeah, we were running around with our hair on fire. Josh Briganti says, no, it was Broomfield. Okay, that sets the record straight. That's the good news. That's the best news of the night. Erie gets the ball to start this second half, and Meredith will catch it, and he will have a returner. That's not Meredith, that's Kana. He'll bend it out to the far side, cuts it back in, steps over a tackler, and gets dumped as he crosses the 25, and he nears out of bounds. And the Tigers now it feels a little bit less dire that they get the ball. If you can score, you make it a one-score game again. The Tigers have come up with some stops. The run defense has been stronger tonight. They've given up some big plays in the past game, but it feels like, hey, we just got to clean up a couple things.
Yep. Tigers just got to focus on communicating well and not making the small mistakes and limiting turnovers in the second half.
Barnett in the shotgun, claps his hands. He'll run the read, gives it to Kana right up the middle and just sticks his nose down and bulldozes his way for 9 yards on first down and second and short. That sets up a lot of A lot of things in the playbook when it's 2nd and 1.
Yep, Tigers 2 chances to get 1 yard, of course.
I think Coach Skip likes to even run a little deep pass in these situations. They'll run read again and say, you know, let's just pound it down their throat here a little bit. And another good play by Kana.
That one looked closer to 10-yard gain, so, I mean, might as well
Pounded
keep
down
doing
their
what's
throat
working if
here
you're
a
the
little
Tigers.
bit,
That's
and another good
2
play by
large gains off of
Kana.
the read option. Wouldn't be surprised if this is either going to be a play action or another read option.
Okay, now why are we stuck? What in the heck is going on?
Another handoff to Kana, far side. 5-yard gain across the 50-yard line into Broomfield territory. Out of bounds, stops the clock.
There we go. Okay. Wow, there are just some unique things happening here on the ETN. Our replay it caused us to freeze, but I figured out what happened there. Go ahead, Dylan. Why don't you call this?
Barnett on the keeper, far side, breaks a tackle, gets loose, first down, gain of about 8. Runs out of bounds before getting knocked down. Tigers all on the ground on this drive so far. Has been working very well. Broomfield not finding the answer. Every run so far for the Tigers has been at least 5 yards.
Broomfield calling out the play. By the way, this is a reverse angle. That's why we're not going to it as much. It's very confusing. We broke the 180-degree rule. Barnett in the shotgun. There's the snap. Handoff to Kana again. And again, he just lowers the head and drives forward for 6 yards. And that front getting some good push. And if you want to establish yourself in this game, run the ball. And the Tigers really haven't done a lot of that this year, just ground and pound.
Yeah, I mentioned that in the halftime show on D-Rich Picks, that if the Tigers get the run game going, Blake Barnett will have the chance for the play action to work. And this game, the Tigers could get a lot of points real fast here if they get the running game going.
2nd and 6. Barnett will pitch it out to Con on the sweep, gets hit in the backfield, and that is a big loss. That was just an excellent hit coming up from his corner position, I believe. That was a Broomfield defensive back, and that makes it from 2nd and 6 back to 3rd and 7. So Barnett in the shotgun here.
That was the first run play that the Tigers didn't just cleanly hand it off, so maybe a play action coming.
Barnett rolls the pocket to his left, scans, twists his hips, now throws the post to Lettuce and overshoots him. And the Tigers at this part of the field, I think you're in no man's land. I think you're in go for it territory.
Yep, long 4th down. Barnett stays out there. Tigers got to dial something up. Got to get 7 here. Got to keep the drive going. Got to try and get a score here.
And they are in punt formation, but with Barnett. Now they'll shift out of it. Now Barnett in the shotgun. A little bit deeper in the shotgun here. This could be his little punt that he does. Play clock down to 17. Crowd getting antsy. Barnett will send a man in motion. Trying to get them to jump, and he will punt it away. And this is going to drop inside the 5, but roll into the end zone. And with the punt, it's a net punt of 19 yards. And that's why, in high school, I don't know, go for it.
Yep. Definitely a good punt for Barnett to get it downfield. Took a unlucky bounce straight to the end zone. I mean, he definitely had the Broomfield defenders up. Could have pinned them deep, but kicked it a little too low. Got a long roll into the end zone.
All right, so 1st and 10 here for the Tigers. By the way, I believe Coach Wu Ching in town surprised these players, surprised the coaching staff as well. And there's the little shovel coming back the other way, the stiff arm, and a hit late, but it wasn't substantial enough of a hit to draw a flag. Interesting little reverse play there for Broomfield, and they pick up a 1st down here quickly.
Yeah, Broomfield, they read the blitz from the Tigers, had the run going the other way, and got a good gain for the 1st down.
So 1st and 10 for the Eagles. LaCrue sends a man in motion. He will pitch it to that motion man. The Tigers read it pretty well. A little cut up the field and a loss there. Or no, I'm sorry, a short gain there of only a couple yards.
And the Tigers read it pretty well. A little cut up the field and a loss there. Or no.
Well, we're kind of getting it back. It's what in the heck is going on in the replay transition?
LaCrue in the shotgun, 2 men to his right, tight end to his left, flanked by an H-back.
So 2nd and 8, LaCrue takes the snap, runs it left side, just picks his way through a hole, then got gobbled up from behind, but picked his way for about 10 yards, actually further than that, about 12 yards or so, all the way up to the 45. Tell you what, Broomfield scores. I don't know if the Tigers this year, they just have seemed shell-shocked, have enough gumption to get back in this one. They need something big to go their way, whether it's a turnover or just something. Handoff up the middle, nice hole, swimming over the defender for a pickup of 9. That time for Broomfield, the ball carrier.
And all of a sudden,
Ryland Bamer.
Yeah, all of a sudden Broomfield's running game has gotten back on the ground. And I think the Tigers need to be expecting the run. Every time that Broomfield has dropped back to pass, the Tigers have gotten a lot of pressure and have broken up and forced Broomfield to throw it into the flat. And so I think the Tigers need to be more on the line expecting the run, I think.
2nd and 1. LaCrue in the shotgun here. Can really open up their playbook and their single coverage up high, but they will hand it off near side. The block set the edge for Broomfield, and a big gain there, and Hall's there to try and clean up, but another chunk yardage play, and deep we go again into the Tiger territory. Now they just had the number advantage, and the Erie Tigers were just perfectly blocked away from the ball that time. .704 remaining. It's 21-7. Broomfield with the lead. I do realize that we don't have the score bug, and I probably need to say the score a lot more. LaCrue in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Fakes, goes to his left. They have numbers again. Cuts it back to his right in the open field. And, oh, he bumped into his own man. I think he would have scored if he didn't run into his own man there.
Yep, definitely unfortunate for LaCrue. His own man gets in the way, and the Tigers get him out of bounds before he gets to the pylon.
So the Tigers are in a dire straits right now.
Yep, Broomfield has been very clean with the ball so far. Not much going wrong, keeping the ball in the hands. One fumble early, but he was down, so.
Just so you know, this is a reverse angle shot, so sorry if that just blew your mind right there. But it's a good little shot down there. Handoff inside, and an easy touchdown for Broomfield.
And it just seems like the Tigers don't have an answer for the Broomfield ground game. And the Broomfield has been good enough on the defensive side to blow this game wide open now.
Snap is high, the kick is up, and I think it was partially blocked, but it's good. 6:35 remaining in the third quarter. Tigers now trail at 28-7. We'll take a timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Sherry Jerry Bond is your hometown real estate expert who has passionately been helping people develop winning game plans for their home goals since 1994. Her offense and defense are bar none when it comes to negotiations. Sherry believes honesty and compassion are the keys to seller service. With hundreds of happy clients, you can be confident that when you are working with Sherry Bond, you are working with a team player that truly cares about you for life.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. You saw the kick return there for 30 yards.
Yep, that has been one positive so far tonight. The Tigers special teams has been pretty clean after a few rough games. Definitely some good returns and some good stops on the kickoffs that they've had.
All right, Barnett in the shotgun here. 28-7, Tigers trail it. 6:29 left to go in the third. Barnett takes the snap, runs read, gives it to Lusk on the far side, and he'll bowl his way over some defenders. The Tigers have had some movement here on the ground in the second half, but they have not sustained drives. The Broomfield defense has been able to bow their necks once Tigers have gotten close or crossed midfield each time tonight.
Yep, and the Tigers' passing game has not been very good so far. Their running game has really been their only option.
Barnett again claps the hands, again runs read, and again Lusk. Nice, tough running all the way up to midfield. Now, Tigers have got to go. Barnett's saying, hey, let's get going here. He's waving his arm. Wants to speed up things here for the Tigers. They're already set at the line. Now they'll adjust here with trips to the bottom. Barnett fires the little in cut to Levine.
And there's a good pass play for the Tigers. One of the first real good pass plays other than the Caden Lettuce touchdown. And screenplay, got to keep it simple, get the chunk yardage when they can.
Second and short. Barnett trying to get things going here. He'll take it himself, runs it up the gut. Oh, bowls over the umpire. I mean, takes him out. He's upset that the umpire got in the way. The umpire is hurt. Blake Barnett cut to the open field. He would have had a touchdown, and the referee just got destroyed by Blake Barnett.
Yeah, that's 2 weeks in a row that the Tigers have taken it out on the officials, unfortunately. That was a great read option from Blake Barnett. Had the entire open field in the center open, and I think the umpire was looking at the wrong play, just unfortunate.
Yeah, that official got, oh man, he, yeah, feel for him, because that was a tough one. And we'll try and show you that here on our replay. We'll see if we have a couple angles of that. All right, how does that look? Let's see. We got Barnett. Boom, there you go. My goodness. That was quite the collision. There's from the other angle. Oh my gosh. I should not laugh. That was totally incidental by Blake, but you could see the clear path. I'm going to show that again. You could see the clear path. And we'll even slow it down just a little bit here on this angle. Look at, no one is there, and Barnett just ran over the official. That would have probably been a touchdown, folks.
Yeah, he broke the ankles of that Broomfield defender, Cannon Juarez. Broomfield defender just got eaten up by a turf monster, and Blake had the edge, had a chance to go for it. Just very unlucky for many parties involving that play.
Yeah, we certainly hope that official is okay. Of course, Colorado has had a massive official shortage. Fans just they've been real tough on officials the last few seasons. I mean, always, but especially it seems like the last few seasons, and officials don't want to officiate anymore. And so even a couple of Tigers games have been impacted in terms of having to move to Thursday nights to try and spread out officials, get officials who can work Thursday night, Friday, Saturday. And so we just hope that everything okay with that official down there, and I think he does look okay. In fact, he's staying out there. He's an official. He's tough.
He's an official like that. Yeah, tough guy taking a hit from Blake. And now Tigers back to work.
Barnett in the shotgun, claps his hands. Tigers moving the ball. Barnett gave it to Lusk. It actually looked like he was going to pull it out there. He kind of whipped his head around like, oh, that ball might not, or better not be on the turf, rather. And Lusk was able to hold on to it and push forward for a couple yards.
Yeah, it was a good play by Lusk to avoid the penetration from Broomfield. Looked like he was going to get stopped for maybe a loss, but picked up 2 yards out of it.
Barnett hands it off. Lusk around the edge, now cuts it up, has first down yardage, and a good run there by Lusk as he got out to the corner. And that's what the Tigers need, and you could just see him pick his way through the defense there on that replay, and man, the Tigers need more of that.
Yeah, and I think Tigers, I think they need to go back to Blake taking that read option and Blake making that decision, because when he did it that one run, he had substantial yardage, and Broomfield's been beat twice now.
Barnett hands off, Lusk up the middle, and now Barnett checks in with the sideline. 2nd and 9. Tigers have got to score here. That's the bottom line. 3:43 remaining in the first. They trail by 3 touchdowns. Hand out to Lusk again. Left side again. Puts his foot in the ground and rumbles into the end zone for a Tiger touchdown. And the Tigers get a much needed score off some tough running there. As we take another look at this one. And Lusk just lowered the head and shot into the end zone. And the Tigers get the score.
And now if you're the Tigers, you just got to stay clean on special teams. Can't miss out on that extra point.
And that snap is...
Looks like they didn't get on the clock fast enough. Yep, delay of the game. Now longer point after. Tigers kicking themselves in the foot again. So now Caleb Hartner with a 23-yard extra point now instead of the 18-yarder.
And the kick is up, and it is good. And we're going to do that replay because we're trying to test something. We keep dropping some weird frames. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. It's almost like the event transition is too fast. Don't know what's going on. Let's try that again. We're just testing stuff out here, so this isn't. Yep, and you just get this weird little callback in the middle of a replay. I don't know what that's all about. We keep dropping like some frames at the start of our replay. Who knows? Who knows, people? We've had a heck of a night, but in case you're wondering what that little glitch is, we're just talking to you as we're trying to fix it.
Yep.
It's therapeutic for us, I guess.
Yeah. I would not be at all surprised here if the Tigers try and get an onside kick here. They need something to go their way. They may even fake it and go right back into the onside kick.
33:35 remaining here in the quarter. Tigers trail it by 14. And that drive was pretty much just the ground game. And maybe you get the secondary to start committing men to the box. The only thing is if you're Broomfield, I don't think you mind giving up running yardage. It keeps the clock running. You don't give up the big play unless, of course, Blake Barnett has it. And the only thing that could stop him on that run, an official. So,
yep. Definitely a good drive from the Tigers, getting the ground game going. They need a stop on defense, and they need to get the ball back before this quarter ends if they want to have any chance in this game.
Tiger defense out there. You see big Jackson Kogel trying to figure out something here for this Tiger defense. They've got their kind of base starting unit in there. In the shotgun here is LaCruz. LaCruz will pitch it to the near side, and flag on the play, and I think this is going to be a false start. Encroachment on Erie.
Yeah, it definitely looked like Tigers had some movement on the line. Couldn't tell if Broomfield moved first, but officials obviously having Erie on that penalty.
So first down and 5 now for the Eagles. They're going to run double tight formation here with a running back. Now there's the little delay on the inside, a nice hole, and oh man, that was a Tiger reached in, almost stripped the ball free, but a good job just kind of holding on to things for the Eagles was Bamer. 3:23 remaining here in the quarter. Tigers in desperate need of a stop. This is still a ball game, but you gotta start stacking up some stops defensively.
Yeah, I think the Tigers, they're just going to be on the ground. They gotta figure out something, maybe stack the box a little bit more.
28-14, Tigers trail at 3:04 remaining here in the third quarter. LaCruz watches the play clock leak down to 9, now gets the snap. That little shovel pass forward, that's considered a completed pass. Still on his feet is the Broomfield receiver, steps up and takes a big hit. That was inbounds, and the Tigers just never wrapped up. And now Kogel is injured on the play. He's down holding his right ankle. And so an injury timeout. And that'd be a tough one for the Tigers. We'll step aside here in the Erie Tiger Network.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you
Go to where your friends are. Go to where the action's at. Go find your sense of adventure. Go Airheads. Airsoft Field and Store located in Erie, Colorado. Go Airheads and go Tigers.
Well, and the good news there, folks, is that Kogel is walking off under his own power. So, at least, I don't know. So usually it's at least a sign of toughness. I guess it's not necessarily good news. We hope he's okay. He's a key piece of this Tiger defense and certainly has college football waiting for him in his future. 1st and 10 for Broomfield. Tigers struggling to stop the ball here tonight. LaCrue smacks the hands, gives it on the read, and good job by Boehner to hold on. I think Logan Gilmore tried to bring the ball carrier down, and now Logan Gilmore is cramping. And he's trying to get off. And replacing him is Joey Watts. Tigers have got to get some push up there. 2nd and 8. LaCrue, man in motion again, and this time reads what the defense did there based on the motion. Little zone coverage coming here from Erie. So LaCrue says, all right, we'll run the little delay, and that time nowhere to go, and the Tigers get into the backfield and a huge loss. LaCrue tried to turn nothing into something and turned it into less. Yep. And a big stop there for Erie.
Looked like LaCrue was about to drop the ball there for a second. Good work keeping the ball in his hands. That was definitely a poor read off of Erie's defense that results in a large loss, and now the Tigers have to hold here on 3rd and 18.
By the way, that was Armin Scherdezen on the stop. Now 3rd and 18, or second. The down marker says 3rd. The scoreboard says 2nd. It is 3rd now. And this is a big one for the Tigers. They've given up some plays in this situation. Barnett's even on the field at safety. Here comes LaCrue. He's got all day to throw. Scans, now directs traffic, now fires the deep ball. That one is tipped over the middle. Good coverage by Kana, especially when you consider how long he had to cover the defender there. That was really well done.
Yep, great downfield coverage. 3-man rush, of course, from Erie. At the end, they're definitely getting some pressure and forcing a stop, a big stop for the Tigers, forcing a punt and hopefully getting the ball back here in the 3rd quarter, late in the 3rd quarter.
By the way, Tiger fans, we are about to have a quasi scoreboard up. And so that will help. I've just been getting some texts and some people saying, hey, scoring time. I get it. You want the scoring time. So do I. We'll try and make that happen here real quick. Let's see. That's the best way to do this. We'll go here. We'll go here. We'll go here. We'll crop it a little bit.
In the near time, Blake Barnett, keeper on the near side. Big gain of about 12 or 13 for the 1st down. Tigers keeping it rolling. Trying to build some momentum. Got to stay clean. Clock keeps rolling. Ticking down to the final seconds of the 3rd quarter.
Thank you, Dylan, for picking that up for me. In fact, why don't you keep going just a little bit longer here.
Blake Barnett on the hard count, got someone to jump. Kana on the far side, finds a hole, breaks a tackle, flag is down in the holding zone. Kana on the gain of 9. And now waiting for the call. Call came from the far side official going against Erie.
How about that, folks? A little scoreboard there on the fly. Got a second camera set up for you. So now you don't have to pester me about it. You can see it for yourself. 24 ticks left. By the way, it'll say Broomfield on one side and then, or Eagles. And it's confusing because it says Eagles really big, but underneath it's small. It's guessed. So that'll back Erie up. And now it's first and about 17. Man, Tigers could make it a one-score game. This is huge. Barnett takes it, rolls back. They had the screen set up. Kogel is wide open if Blake can see him. Oh, man, he couldn't get back to him. Kogel was running down the sideline wide open. They set up the screen. Broomfield followed, then abandoned when Blake started to scramble, and he ran way down there. Now, here's the thing. That could have been an illegal man downfield, so probably for the best that he didn't throw it there. Because several Tiger blockers were.
Oh, it looks like the official has a legal man downfield on that play.
Yeah, so we saw the illegal man downfield. The only thing is, I guess it's because Blake threw it away. If Blake would have been able to get even a yard on that.
And it looks like Broomfield's declining it.
So they decline the penalty, so now it's 2nd and 17. As Barnett's in the shotgun. 2-by-2 each side here for the Tigers. Barnett in the pistol. He'll run the delay, and what is this? It's a dead ball call from the near sideline official.
There's a delayed call, definitely.
I don't know if that was a formation call, a motion call.
Looks like it might be on Broomfield. No, it's going against Erie.
False start. So 2nd and 17 now becomes 2nd and 22.
And this has been the story of the night for the Tigers.
Don't break your TV, folks. I get it. It's frustrating. Looking over here at my Erie students here in the box, shaking their heads in frustration. We try and be journalists and be a little bit impartial, but we're Erie Tiger fans through and through. Barnett rolls, stops, looks, fires the deep out. A diving catch is not made there by Kogel, and the Tiger just can't quite get in sync offensively.
That was some good backfield blocking from Trey Kana to keep that from being an even larger loss again. Just a little bit overthrown to the near side by Blake Barnett out of the reach of Kogel.
So let's see. Levine is in. Kogel's still in there. Here comes Barnett. Plenty of time. Pumps. Now Tigers trying to get open. Blake throws on the run, and oh man, Caden Lettuce was hammered. And I actually think it was two Broomfield Eagles that ran into each other. And that'll do it for the third quarter. So at the end of 3, the Tigers will have a 4th down and long coming up. They trail it by 2 scores.
You are watching the ETN. You are watching the ETN.
Do you want a better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Come in and gain a beautiful smile for children, teens, and adults. They also provide Invisalign. Call this number 303-828-0454 or go to CarawayOrtho.com.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird, Dylan Richardson here with you as that kick is a spiraler. Very nice kick by Harner, takes a good Erie bounce.
And that is two defensive stops from the Tigers that have been in vain. Tigers just definitely not the same team as last year, unfortunately. As we talked about earlier in the show, some big losses for personnel. This game still isn't over. There's still a quarter to be played. Tigers only down 14. They just got to get some luck on their side. They've been pretty unlucky tonight. Turnovers not going their way. They definitely have the talent to be in this game. Just Broomfield has gotten a little bit more, a little bit more lucky tonight.
Good run out there on the edge. And Tigers finally swarm to stop it. That'll bring up second down. Tigers can be good here. They just, they've got to gel. We talked about them losing pieces, and they have played a gauntlet of tough teams to start. And if they can get settled into league play, obviously you can still make the playoffs. And you do that, you've faced all the tough teams to start the year, you cleaned up the little things. Guess what? We've seen Tiger teams with kind of iffy starts come on strong down the stretch. So season is not over if they drop this game here tonight.
Yeah, Tigers have a lot of easy games after this. The league this year is not looking anywhere near as strong as last year's. And I would be very surprised if the Tigers didn't make the playoffs this year.
So Broomfield, 1st and 10, fresh set of downs. See how much they milk the clock here. 13 left on the play clock. LaCrue checks in with the sideline, now sends the man in motion. Now he'll run it up the gut and tried to run through the arm tackle of Carson Hageman. And Hageman was able to tackle him short of the line to gain. That'll be 2nd and 4. And Broomfield, as you might expect, they're going to take their sweet time here. Second and 2. Handoff. Big hole. Another first down. And Bamer with the nice weaving run there that time.
Yeah, and as far as I can remember, the last time Broomfield threw the ball was that long pass to get them inside the 10-yard line. That was in the middle of the second quarter, right as our stream came back on. So it's just been a ton of running game tying the Tigers out, and Tigers haven't really been able to do much about it.
1st and 10 here for Broomfield. LaCrue wants the play, 12 seconds on the play clock. Tigers showing blitz. It's blocked well, and some crazy person just screamed as loud as they could right into our broadcast booth.
Yep, we are right above a very large Broomfield student section. It's been very loud all night.
Yeah, they've done a great job, for sure. We've commented on it between very, very enthusiastic student section, some well-organized cheers. They've certainly been gracious hosts to us as well, besides their internet service providing.
Yeah.
That wasn't their fault, though, that we know of. LaCrue's going to pass. He's flush from the pocket. He'll step up, and he stays on his feet, and then he just gets sandwiched and pulled back, and a loss there, and they hadn't blown the whistle dead, and so a loss there of about 3 on the play.
I mean, Broomfield's pass game, it's been pretty much just one play all night. And other than that, the Tigers have sacked Cole LeCrue or gotten heavy pressure and forced him to scramble. So Tigers' defensive backs have been good all night and keeping coverage downfield.
So 3rd down and 6 here. Tiger students across the way trying to cheer on their boys to get a big stop. LeCrue, he'll fake it, pitches it outside, and that's going to be right near the down to gain. I think they got it. They needed to get to the 29. It looked like he got shoved out around the 28, and the official says first down. And that has been the MO this season for the Tigers. You get to 3rd down, 3rd and 7, and they just can't stop the outside run.
Yep.
Bah humbug.
Yeah, bah humbug, exactly.
1st and 10. LeCrue.
Yeah.
And is that a delay or a false start?
I think it's a false start. All the Erie defenders pointed. Definitely took a while for the near side official to react. Yep, false starts. 5 yards. Now the Tigers have, they have 3 plays and 15 yards to give up. So they just got to focus up and hopefully get a stop here with 7:40 remaining.
LeCrue takes the snap, gives it right side, and Bamer, a good gain there on 1st down. Got past the original line of scrimmage, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
So now it's as if the Tigers got a good stop on 1st down. 2nd and 9. They got some room to work with. They just got to come up with a stop here on 2nd down, force a long 3rd down, and maybe make Broomfield think twice about running the ball.
All right, 2nd and 9 here. LeCrue takes the snap, throws the double move, and almost could have gotten called for a little pull on the shirt there, I thought was Preston Terranova. Interesting, they wanted, I think, to hit the shot play. There was kind of like an out and up that wasn't as much up as you're, I guess, used to seeing. Long throw from the near side, but it stopped the clock. Unusual play call there.
Yep, definitely a call to try and catch Erie sleeping after all the run calls. But, I've been saying it for a while now. The pass game has not been there for Broomfield.
And a really nice broken tackle there by the Broomfield ball carrier, and I think that's going to be just short of the line to gain on 3rd and 9. But once again, Tigers giving up too many long plays in 3rd and long.
Yep, Broomfield, this is an obvious go-for-it situation. If you make it here, it's hard to see the Tigers coming back into it. And if you don't make it, the Tigers are still have 80-plus yards to drive to score, and then they have to come back and score again.
Tigers trying to get a run-stopping personnel in here. So I like this by Broomfield, trying to put the dagger in here. 4th and short. LeCrue in the shotgun. Hard count, takes it. Man, you almost could have called false start on LeCrue. He was moving forward before the snap. In fact, let's take a peek at that, as I really thought that LeCrue was moving forward there. I'll show that one more time and we'll bail out of that replay, but nope, not quite as early as it looked from our Lion Eyes up here.
Yep, definitely been a little bit of a long night. Yeah, Tigers now.
The Crew getting drugged down by his jersey. Short gain on first. I tell you what, this is exactly what Broomfield wanted. Just a long clock melting drive. Keep Blake Barnett and that Erie offense on the sideline. They couldn't get really anything going tonight. And with 2nd and 7, the Tigers, they got to just blow up a play. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, they got to get something on the turf. That's just been not what's happened so far tonight. Broomfield's been clean.
Bamer gets the carry inside, drags a defender, and it'll be 3rd and short. I tell you what, the Eagles are actually doing the Tigers a favor. They have snapped the ball with about 15 seconds left on the play clock almost every play. Yeah. And so this could be down to 3 minutes instead of 4.5 if it hasn't been for that.
Oh yeah, this game could have almost been over if Broomfield had melted the clock. I mean, you have a play clock out there. You gotta bring that down. That's definitely some interesting play calling from Broomfield, I guess you could say.
3rd and short. The Crew adjusting the play now. They'll milk it. 4 seconds left, and they'll call a timeout with 4 seconds left on the play clock. We'll take a timeout as well here on the Erie Tiger Network.
You know that feeling you get when your life is about to change? It's terrifying, sure, but isn't it exciting? You may not know with certainty what lies ahead, but that's what makes life, well, life. And even when the scene in the rear view is hard to leave behind, take a deep breath, hold on tight, and remember, there's no better way to move than forward.
Jeff Foxworthy here. You know, if you've ever found yourself repeating the same thing for 75 years, you might be Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Well, thing is, there's a lot more to say. Like if you've ever found yourself burning yard debris and then walking away, well, you might be starting a wildfire.
And welcome back in. Out of the timeout. 28-14. Tigers trail at 4:08 remaining here. 3rd and short. Bamer up the middle, and Logan Gilmore swallowed him up, but I think Bamer got enough for the first. The referee checks over his shoulder as they mark him down just outside the 5, and that's 1st and goal. And now if you're Coach Geiger, you have 3 timeouts. I think you got to start using them here.
Yeah, no timeouts for the Tigers except for early. I mean, hard to see the Tigers coming back now, unless they get a turnover here and a quick score.
The Crew. The Crew, a very good baseball player. He has an offer to play football at Central Michigan. And Cole LaCrew lost his dad a little over a year ago, shortly after transferring away during that COVID year. And so I know we had sent Cole some well wishes. Cole was actually a student of mine his freshman year at Erie High School, a member of the Erie Tiger Media Program. And so I know Cole he's a good kid. I think he's mixed it up a little bit with some students on social media, as you might imagine. Erie students and Broomfield students do from time to time, but I know Cole. I know he's a good kid. He has a good story and a good journey, and he is having some success tonight here against the Tigers. And right on cue, he will score a touchdown with 2:40 remaining. So Cole LaCrew, it's got to feel good for him tonight to get some revenge after a tough game last year. He looked up to the heavens, pumps his fist, and he'll come off the sideline fired up.
And that about does it here. Only 2 minutes 40 seconds. It would take more than a miracle almost for the Tigers to come back from this. We have seen some heroics, but 3 scores is a lot.
So 2:40 remaining in this. Tigers will more than likely drop to 1-3. One and 3, that feels a lot different than 2-2. You're Erie, this isn't just a loss, it's a league loss.
And now the Broomfield student section about to do their post-touchdown chant, I do believe. You may pick up on that on our microphones here. Definitely gets a little loud.
And this ball end over end. Kana will take it at the 3. Gets past the first wave, wrapped up and twisted down at the 30. By the way, this is 4A League 2. And Broomfield no longer in Erie's league, so not a league game. I forgot about the alignment. Monarch in this league, Longmont, Greeley West, Silver Creek. Honestly, it's a down year overall for the league. So the Tigers still very much control their own destiny in terms of making the playoffs. They'll have another non-league game next week against Loveland. Read option. Barnett still in the game. He'll keep it bended to the outside, and now he'll run out of bounds backward and a loss of a couple.
Yeah, and Loveland definitely a little bit of unforeseen talent this year. I think the Tigers, when they saw the schedule at the start of the year, thought Loveland was going to be a pretty easy matchup. But Loveland this week was a top 5. Played Thompson Valley. Don't know if they won that game or not, but I expect them to win that game. And Tigers again going to face another high-ranked opponent for another good opponent for the fifth week in a row, and a ranked opponent for the fourth out of 5 weeks.
Barnett being chased, throws on the run, had a man, and it just seemed like neither Tiger knew who that was intended to. Fell in Bermuda's triangle there. Man, that's a long throw on the run. By the way, I'd be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to and a happy birthday to Mr. Justin Carpenter. It's his birthday tomorrow. You might have seen him on Twitter wishing me a happy birthday. It's not my birthday today. It's my birthday Sunday, but we're back-to-back birthday days, and so a happy birthday to our athletic director, Mr. Justin Carpenter.
The Broomfield student section definitely chanting against Blake Barnett. Blake Barnett motioning back. Student section reacting to that in front of us.
Now Barnett finds an open man on the run. That's Lusk across the 50 and couldn't make the man miss. Really good open field tackle.
Yeah, and I was meaning to talk about the 2 plays ago where Blake overthrew his man. That was an incredible show of strength from Blake. He threw that off his off foot, moving away from the receiver, and gunned that ball all of 40, 50 yards downfield.
Yeah. 1st and 10. Barnett looking downfield, fires the in cut. Levine with it, takes a big shot over the middle, but a first down. Tigers trying to at least get something to go. They do have 3 timeouts, so they got to score almost immediately, though. I mean, this game probably not going to go the Tigers' way, but they're not going to go down without at least something to say about it. Wheel route was there. Barnett just didn't quite see him in time. Throws it on the run. Man, what a BB on the run. Lettuce catches it, bends his way inside the 10, and gets stacked up there. Good catch by Lettuce.
I think a better throw by Barnett. He jumped over the man that was going for his legs and threw a dime to Caden Lettuce. And that's just, I mean, this is why Blake has all of the hype that colleges and high school athletics have given him. He makes plays like that.
1st and 10 from the 10. Barnett fakes the handoff, looks, fires the out route at the feet of Lusk. And that will stop the clock. 1:07. Well, only mathematicians, I think, can figure this one out now. The Tigers have to score, get an onside kick, score. They have 3 timeouts. I suppose they could get a stop, but time is not on their side. So you almost pretty much have to score probably next play if you're Erie. Barnett rolls the pocket to his left, looks in the end zone, now looks back to his right, now fires back to his left. It's intercepted, and here we go the other way. And Lusk will hit the man out of bounds, and that's an interception for the Tigers.
Looked to me like the Broomfield defender did not step out of bounds, and that it looked to me like a fumble from here. Maybe a little bit of distance between us,
and Barnett took his helmet off, was chatting with the ref. The ref saying, go back to your sideline. In the olden days, if you took your helmet off on the field, regardless, it was a unsportsmanlike conduct call. Not anymore. And Broomfield fans in front of us having their day, for sure.
Of course, we got to humble Broomfield fans by keep mentioning Cola Crew, ex-Erie High School student, transferring here, of course, because Blake
and beating us. So what?
Yeah, beating us,
you
but
can't talk smack.
But Cola Crew scoring lots. Okay. I see how it is.
Don't.
No, I'm not going to. My bad. I mean, game went this way for the Tigers last year. This year going for Broomfield. I mean, it's how the coin flips, right?
And the cycles of high school football. We talked about all the players that are not. We've seen some of them comment. Big John Pastore, Caleb Thyssen commenting on our stream. "57 seconds left in this contest." Hey, I'm just glad that we got the stream up.
True.
That was dicey for a quarter of this game.
Yeah, definitely a tough experience here in the broadcast booth tonight. But having some fun, watching some football, talking about some football tonight. Never a bad day here with you, Mr. Bird.
Thank you, sir. And there's a handoff up the middle. And a decent gain on first down. And now multiple flags flying as there's pushing and shoving after the whistle. An Erie kid got pushed late. Then a retaliation push by a couple of Tigers. Tell you what, Tigers, you can learn to accept the humbling and get better, or you can tuck with your tail between your legs. Because guess what? Ultimately, the last laugh comes in November in the state of Colorado high school football. So all you can do is try and get better.
Yep. Would be entertaining to see these two teams meet in a potential playoff game, of course. Of course, there are a lot of teams making the playoffs. Would make it unlikely, but you never know how the cookie crumbles, I guess.
So 48 seconds left to go. 2 plays, really, all that's left in this game, and LaCrue will kneel it. Coach Blair Hubbard getting a victory. This rivalry would have had some real juice a couple years ago. the COVID game that was canceled between when Coach Cooper was still the head coach. Of course, he's a Broomfield alum, as were many Tiger staff members at that time. And that will do it. The final kneel down. Broomfield will move on to 4-0, the number 3 team in the state. The Tigers will drop to 1-3 and will certainly fall outside of the top 10 here by next week. But we will have Erie versus Windsor next week on the Erie Tiger Network. And we'll be excited to bring that one to you. And at this point, you play Windsor, you know, they're not a Broomfield. They're no scrub. They play Loveland in a couple weeks. Big one next week for the Tigers, I think.
Yep.
And so with that, a special thanks to our main man down on the field, Chad Jamison, always helping us out. Really sacrifices his time to help us on the Erie Tiger Network. By the way, here is that upcoming schedule. Home against Windsor, at Loveland, home against Monarch. And this is why I say, guess what? The Tigers, if you look at that schedule, you could run the table from here on out. And if that happens, you roll into the playoffs with some momentum, and you never know what will happen. Good graphic, by the way, from our students on the Erie Tiger Network and Erie Tiger Network class. We wanted to have more of those, but weren't able to. And by the way, I see Cola Crew hugging Justin Carpenter down there on the field. Still a lot of people connected to that family. That's going to be the last time we talk about that. Last time we talk about this game. As I said, thanks to Chad Jamison, Josh Briganti on our camera, bouncing all over the place like his hair's on fire, helping us out, doing a great job. As always, Dylan Richardson, every time steps on the mic, does just a fantastic job. So thank you, Dylan, for stepping on the mic here. For all of them and all the students across the Erie Tiger Network, I'm Brandon Bird. Thanks for joining us.